Hello guys, welcome back. I've planned to make a tutorial series on ZModeler in ZBrush. Why I have to make a tutorial series for this particular tool? This is one of the brushes what we have in ZBrush, but if you see any 3D softwares like Maya or Max, we have a lot of modeling tools in it which generally used to control or edit vertex, edge and polygons. So very similarly, we have a set of tools tucked into one brush called ZModeler brush, and it is almost like covering up a modeling series of a big software. So that's the reason I've set up a separate playlist. So I would like to take you through the tools which are involved in this modeling. So let's start with something like taking a primitive. So I'll be taking a sphere primitive, and then I will preferably change this to a gray material and then just change the subdivisions to 20 by 20. You can enable polyframe. Okay, so we always model or use a ZModeler on the low polygon models. So it is unlike it's not a sculpting thing we are doing here. We are modeling actually. We use tools like extrude, bevels and all that. So that's the reason I've taken the primitive sphere and then reduced the polygons all the way to 20, and then I hit make polymesh 3D. So that becomes a polymesh. It doesn't work for the primitives. Even any other sculpting tools don't work on it. So if you just click here and then just search for the ZModeler, you get that brush here, and I can access that by pressing B, Z and M. So I would like to hover the cursor on the model, and you should be able to see I could highlight a vertex, I could highlight an edge, I could highlight a face. Here the vertex is called point, and this is edge, and this is the polygon. So in the polygon you could see one orange line which is like a pointer in a clock. Okay, so that's a very important thing. So I can right click on the polygon, and then you get this a menu which is basically related to the ZModeler. So every tool in itself is a separate discussion we have to make. So I thought to make a series on that. That's the reason. So if I just hit spacebar, even I get the same thing. So if you carefully notice, we have actions on the top and target is on the bottom, and then we have options for the target or the action. So just keeping it simple, let's say I have a Q mesh and the target is single poly. So when I just click and drag, it affects to the single poly. So this is the Q mesh what we are doing, and Q mesh is working for only single poly here. Let's say if I say Q mesh should be affected, or the target should be a loop. So I select the poly loop, and then I need to move the cursor around this polygon, and if the pointer is facing vertical, it just does on the vertical side or on the horizontal side. So the pointer is really important on which side of the face is the loop you are considering. Okay, that's the target, and you have several options related to the Q mesh. This video I'm not going to cover the Q mesh. I would like to cover the add curve. Before going into that, I will also just hover the cursor on the edge, and then when I hit spacebar, then I get different actions and target, because right now earlier I got the tools which can generally affect to the polygon or a face, whereas the edge you get the actions for the edge here. You also have the vertex or the point. You get the point action and target. Okay, so I will start by add curve. Okay, and then I would choose the single poly, which is the default. When I just click this, you should be able to see the effect is, there's a curve which is drawing around the border of the polygon face or the polygon. I will select the target to the poly loop, and then I just click it here, and then you should be able to see I got the curve around the model where the loop is running throughout the sphere. And also you can just hover the cursor over this curve, which is like the orange dotted line, and then you should be able to see you're getting that delete curve feature. So just click that. Now what is that you're going to do with this curve? Wherever you use the curves in ZBrush, that all tools work with this particular curve. For example, I will use the curve tube snap, and then when I click it here, then you should be able to see you got the curve here. You can reduce the brush size and control the thickness, and then you can just to delete the curve, you can click anywhere on the model, it deletes the curve, or you can go to the stroke, and then in the curve, functions, you can hit the delete button there, and that deletes the curve. Once that is done, you should be able to see that's mask and this is unmasked points. You can control drag and release the mask. So add to curve is generally used to create curves on the model, especially when you're doing the piping for the assets like bags, or you want to add a rope around the waist of a character or anything like that. This is a great tool which can generally draw a curve around the polygon loop, unlike your manual methods. So this is the series where I'm going to cover the other tools of the ZModeler in the next video. So just go through all the videos in the playlist and then learn the ZModeler. And I request you to subscribe my channel and leave a comment in the comment section, and hit a like button if you really like the video and if you want to support my channel. Thank you.